Don't let anything affect you. How to stop letting anything affect you. Introduction. Imagine a life where no insult can shatter your confidence, where no challenge can break your resolve, where the chaos of the world doesn't disturb your peace. Picture yourself living a life where you remain calm, centered, and unaffected by the ups and downs around you. We often hear phrases like, "stay strong" and "be resilient," but what does it truly mean to live unshaken by external forces? What if the real secret to unbreakable strength doesn't lie in controlling the world, but in mastering our own minds? As the famous quote goes, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This book is an exploration of that journey, inviting you to cultivate inner calm no matter what life throws your way. Within these pages, you'll find 10 timeless lessons designed to help you build a mindset that remains untouched by negativity, adversity, and the chaos of everyday life. These principles will transform how you see the world and, more importantly, how you see yourself. Each chapter is a step toward inner peace and resilience, helping you cultivate a foundation of calm and power that can withstand anything life throws your way. Chapter 1. Insult and Offense. Insults and offenses are often reflections of others' inner worlds, not your own. When someone lashes out with hurtful words, it's typically rooted in their insecurities, fears, or frustrations, rather than in any truth about you. Understanding this can bring you immense freedom, as it allows you to see that insults aren't personal, they're projections of the speaker's inner turmoil. This shift in perspective empowers you to let these words roll off you, rather than absorbing them into your self-image. Imagine someone calls you unkind or unfair. If you know in your heart that you strive to act kindly and fairly, their words don't need to shake you. Instead, you can choose to view their insult as a reflection of their expectations, disappointments, or assumptions. Recognize that their view of you doesn't define who you are. Your self-worth is built on your own understanding of yourself, not on fleeting judgments from others. When you define yourself by your values and actions, you become more resilient to hurtful words and judgments. In situations where you are criticized or insulted, practice detaching from the opinions of others. This doesn't mean ignoring feedback. It means taking only what is constructive and discarding what is rooted in negativity. When an insult is thrown your way, give yourself a moment to pause, breathe, and reflect before responding. This pause is powerful. It allows you to consider whether the words have any truth worth addressing, or if they're merely an attempt to provoke you. Responding calmly, if at all, can be an exercise in self-mastery. Often when people insult or offend us, they expect us to react emotionally. By maintaining calmness, you not only protect your inner peace, but also demonstrate strength and resilience. It shows others, and reminds yourself, that you don't need to be affected by every negative word spoken in your direction. Negative words and criticisms only hold the power we allow them. If you let an insult penetrate your mind, replaying it and allowing it to lower your self-esteem, then you've given it the power to harm you. However, if you choose to observe it without emotional attachment, it loses its sting. Imagine insults as arrows aimed at you. They may fly in your direction, but only if you choose to catch them do they wound you. By refusing to internalize these words, you remain unaffected, grounded in your self-worth. Practice viewing others' insults as opportunities to strengthen your inner peace. Each time someone speaks harshly, it's a chance to test and solidify your self-confidence. Ask yourself, what does this person's opinion really have to do with me? Am I living according to my values? This introspection shifts your focus from the insult back to your integrity and self-awareness. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to brush off negativity, ultimately building a solid foundation of self-assurance that no insult can shake. Insults and offenses don't have to harm you. They reflect the speaker's inner state, not your true self. By detaching from others' opinions and training yourself to respond with calmness and composure, you reclaim your power and peace. Practice viewing every insult as a stepping stone to greater resilience, a moment to reaffirm your self-worth, and an exercise in maintaining your inner strength. Chapter 2. Transform everyone into a teacher. Every person we meet holds a lesson for us, whether we recognize it or not. By adopting the mindset that everyone can be a teacher, we open ourselves to endless opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Life, in this way, becomes an ongoing journey of learning, and each interaction, positive or negative, serves as a lesson that can guide us forward. This approach allows us to navigate life with curiosity and humility, transforming even challenging relationships and difficult situations into valuable experiences. Imagine encountering someone who challenges you, whether through criticism, impatience, or a personality that contrasts with your own. Rather than viewing this interaction as a source of frustration, consider it as an opportunity to learn something about yourself. This person may teach you patience, resilience, or even reveal areas where you can grow. Perhaps they challenge you to practice empathy or to work on maintaining your composure in difficult circumstances. By seeing each person as a teacher, you allow yourself to grow rather than letting negative emotions control you. Turning everyone into a teacher doesn't mean you have to agree with or emulate every person you meet. Instead, it's about seeing what each interaction brings to light. Someone who treats you poorly may teach you the importance of self-respect and boundaries, while a compassionate person may show you the value of kindness and encourage you to be more empathetic. Every encounter becomes a mirror, reflecting qualities that you may aspire to or recognize as areas for improvement. When we see everyone as a teacher, it also shifts how we interpret criticism and feedback. For example, imagine a colleague who frequently points out your mistakes. Instead of taking their words as a personal attack, consider what they might be highlighting about your own behavior or habits. Perhaps their comments reveal areas where you could improve or refine your skills. Even if their feedback is poorly delivered, it can still hold valuable insights. By transforming this person into a teacher, you approach the feedback with openness rather than defensiveness, allowing yourself to grow without feeling hurt or offended. This mindset also encourages humility, as it reminds us that there is always something to learn from others. Everyone we meet has unique experiences, perspectives, and insights that we may not have considered. Even those we disagree with or struggle to understand can expand our worldview, teaching us about patience, tolerance, and acceptance. Embracing others as teachers means acknowledging that no one has a monopoly on wisdom. Instead, we can learn from the diversity of thought and experience around us. The concept of seeing everyone as a teacher can extend to those who inspire you as well. Reflect on the people you admire, those whose actions, values, or attitudes resonate with you. These individuals serve as powerful teachers, modeling qualities you may wish to develop within yourself. By studying their lives and actions, you gain guidance and motivation to bring those qualities into your own life. This transforms admiration into active self-improvement, as you learn from their examples and take steps to incorporate similar qualities into your daily routine. To fully embrace this mindset, Approach each interaction with curiosity rather than judgment. Ask yourself, what can this person teach me? Or, how can this experience contribute to my growth? By doing so, you set aside ego and self-judgment, creating space for reflection and learning. It becomes easier to recognize lessons in even the most unexpected places, from brief encounters with strangers to long-term relationships. Practicing this mindset has profound benefits. It reduces feelings of resentment, anger, and frustration, as every interaction becomes an opportunity for self-improvement rather than a personal slight. When someone criticizes you, think of it as a chance to strengthen your resilience and refine your skills. When someone acts kindly, let it inspire you to embody that same kindness. Over time, seeing everyone as a teacher creates a mindset of gratitude and growth, as you become less reactive to others' behavior and more focused on learning from it. Transforming everyone into a teacher is a powerful approach to life that fosters growth, humility, and resilience. By viewing each person and interaction as an opportunity to learn, you turn challenges into lessons and inspire yourself to keep evolving. This mindset not only enhances your relationships, but also strengthens your inner peace, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with wisdom and grace. Embrace this philosophy, and you'll find that each person has something valuable to teach you, contributing to your journey toward becoming your best self. Chapter 3. Transform envy into emulation. Envy is a natural emotion, one that most of us experience at some point. It can stem from seeing others achieve things we desire for ourselves: success, recognition, relationships, or even personal qualities. Often, we respond to envy with frustration or self-doubt, letting it pull us down and erode our self-esteem. But what if we could transform this emotion into something positive, something that fuels our own growth and development? This chapter explores how to turn envy into emulation, allowing others' achievements to inspire us rather than make us feel inadequate. Envy is an indication of something we want in our own lives. Instead of letting this desire lead to resentment or a sense of lack, try to view it as a clue, a guide pointing toward the qualities or accomplishments that genuinely matter to you. For instance, if you feel envious of a friend's career success, consider what aspects of their success attract you. Is it their confidence, work ethic, or dedication? Or maybe it's the balance they have found between work and personal life. Identifying what you admire helps you understand your own goals and aspirations, giving you a clear direction for self-improvement. Transforming envy into emulation begins by acknowledging the feeling without judgment. Recognize that envy doesn't make you a bad or small person. It's simply a signal. Once you accept this, the emotion loses its sting, and you can begin to examine it more openly. Ask yourself, what is it that I truly admire about this person? How can I learn from their actions and qualities? This shift in perspective turns envy from a source of pain into a source of inspiration and motivation. Emulation, unlike envy, is a constructive emotion. When you emulate someone, you strive to bring similar qualities into your own life, using their achievements as a model. If you admire someone's discipline in fitness, for example, try to incorporate a similar routine into your life. Break down their habits and actions, study what makes them successful, and adapt those qualities in ways that suit your own goals and lifestyle. This shift allows you to focus on growth rather than comparison, transforming your envy into a positive force that drives you forward. Imagine you admire a colleague who consistently excels in their work and garners praise. Instead of feeling insecure about your own abilities, See this as an opportunity to learn. Pay attention to their work habits, how they communicate, and how they handle challenges. Perhaps they have a strong attention to detail, or maybe they are proactive about seeking feedback and improving. Let their success guide you in building similar habits. As you take steps to improve, you move away from negative feelings of inadequacy and begin building your own path to success. Another key aspect of transforming envy into emulation is to remember that success is unique to each person. Everyone has their own strengths, challenges, and timing. Emulating someone doesn't mean copying them or feeling pressure to match their exact path. It means taking inspiration from their qualities and adapting them in ways that resonate with your authentic self. Recognize that just as they've found their way, you too are capable of finding your unique path by learning from others while staying true to your own journey. Turning envy into emulation also fosters a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. When you're envious, you may feel as if someone else's success diminishes your chances for success. But in reality, there's no limit on achievement or happiness. By admiring and emulating others, you adopt the mindset that there's plenty of room for everyone to thrive. This outlook reduces feelings of jealousy and resentment, replacing them with genuine appreciation and encouragement for others' achievements. Emulation cultivates gratitude for others' accomplishments. When you approach envy with curiosity and a desire to learn, you may find yourself appreciating the hard work and determination that others have put into their success. You begin to see that achievements are rarely accidental. They are the result of dedication, resilience, and consistent effort. This understanding deepens your respect for others and reminds you that your goals are attainable with similar commitment and effort. To practice transforming envy into emulation, start by identifying someone you admire. Reflect on what you envy about them and consider how you might embody similar qualities in your own life. Set small, achievable goals based on these qualities and work toward them consistently. This could be as simple as adopting a morning routine that improves your productivity or setting aside time each week to learn a new skill. As you make progress, you'll find that the energy once consumed by envy now fuels your self-improvement journey. Envy is an opportunity to uncover what you truly desire and to grow from it. By shifting your focus from resentment to emulation, you allow others' successes to inspire and uplift you. This practice not only reduces feelings of inadequacy, but also empowers you to take positive steps toward your own goals. Embrace the achievements of others as reminders of what is possible, and let them guide you toward becoming the best version of yourself. Chapter 4. Be strict with yourself, but tolerant of others. One of the most powerful principles for personal growth and peace is to be strict with yourself, but tolerant of others. This approach teaches you to hold yourself to high standards of conduct, discipline, and integrity, while extending compassion and understanding to those around you. By expecting more of yourself and less from others, you cultivate a mindset that allows you to grow without the frustration and resentment that come from expecting others to meet your standards. When you are strict with yourself, you focus on developing self-discipline and setting meaningful goals. This strictness isn't about self-criticism or harshness. Rather, it's a commitment to hold yourself accountable for your actions and decisions. By setting standards for yourself, whether it's in your work, relationships, health, or personal habits, you establish a framework for continuous improvement. Self-discipline becomes a tool for personal growth, helping you live according to your values and pursue your goals with clarity and focus. Imagine you are working toward a goal of improving your physical fitness. Being strict with yourself might mean creating a consistent workout schedule, prioritizing healthy eating, and staying disciplined even when motivation fades. You take responsibility for your progress without excuses or shortcuts. This personal strictness is a reminder that achieving meaningful goals requires commitment and effort. While you are dedicated to holding yourself accountable, being tolerant of others means recognizing that everyone is on their own journey with unique struggles, backgrounds, and motivations. Extending tolerance toward others means not imposing your standards on them or expecting them to live according to your rules. If a friend struggles to maintain a workout routine, for instance, avoid judging them based on your own habits. Recognize that they have their own challenges and pace, and show understanding rather than frustration. This approach fosters empathy and patience, strengthening your relationships while keeping you focused on your own path. Practicing tolerance toward others also means letting go of the need to control or change them. Often, we become frustrated when others don't behave in ways that align with our expectations. But by being strict with yourself and tolerant of others, you release the need to control anyone but yourself. This shift not only brings peace to your relationships, but also reduces stress, as you no longer feel the burden of trying to mold others to fit your vision. Tolerance fosters a positive attitude toward learning and growth. When you are tolerant of others' flaws and mistakes, you are more likely to view them as learning experiences rather than failures. Just as you are strict with yourself in the pursuit of growth, allow others the space to learn and grow at their own pace. For example, if a co-worker makes a mistake, resist the urge to criticize or judge them harshly. Instead, see it as a reminder that everyone makes errors and has room to improve. This attitude not only builds empathy, but also reinforces your own dedication to personal growth. Being strict with yourself and tolerant of others also encourages humility. It's easy to believe that our way of thinking or living is the right way, but the truth is that everyone has their own values, priorities, and life experiences. By embracing this dual approach, you recognize that your standards are not universal and that others are entitled to their unique ways of navigating life. This humility deepens your understanding of others and makes you less reactive, creating harmony in your relationships. Another benefit of this mindset is that it helps you avoid unnecessary conflict. When you refrain from judging or imposing your standards on others, you are less likely to engage in arguments or feel frustrated by their actions. For instance, if someone chooses to approach life differently than you do, you can accept their choices without feeling compelled to change or correct them. Instead of focusing on what others are doing, you channel your energy into improving yourself, creating a sense of peace and focus that is undisturbed by external factors. In moments when others' actions challenge your patience or values, remind yourself that tolerance is a choice to respect their autonomy. Accepting that others may not share your priorities or approach to life doesn't mean you condone harmful behavior. It simply means you allow others the freedom to be themselves. In doing so, you cultivate resilience and maturity as you learn to coexist peacefully with differing perspectives without compromising your own standards. To practice being strict with yourself but tolerant of others, start by setting clear expectations and goals for your own life. Reflect on the areas where you want to grow and create personal commitments to uphold these standards. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or health, make a promise to yourself to pursue these goals with diligence and dedication. At the same time, make a conscious effort to release any expectations of others. Recognize that their path is different from yours, and that everyone learns and grows in their own time. Being strict with yourself but tolerant of others is a powerful approach to life that fosters growth, humility, and peace. By holding yourself accountable, you create a structure for personal improvement that fuels your growth. By extending tolerance to others, you build compassion and understanding, allowing others to live according to their own values without judgment. This balance creates inner strength and peace as you learn to stay focused on your own journey without being affected by the actions of others. Embrace this mindset, and you'll find that it not only enhances your personal growth, but also enriches your relationships, paving the way to a life of resilience and tranquility. Chapter 5. No one can hurt you. The belief that others have the power to harm us emotionally is a common source of suffering. But what if you realized that no one can truly hurt you unless you allow it? This chapter explores the powerful concept of emotional independence, helping you reclaim your inner strength by understanding that external events or people only impact us if we give them permission to. When you fully grasp this, you unlock a deep sense of freedom and resilience. Emotional independence starts with understanding that you have control over how you react to situations and people. While you may not have control over what others say or do, you always have control over your own response. For example, if someone criticizes you harshly, your initial reaction might be hurt, anger, or defensiveness. However, you have the choice to pause and decide whether you will let that criticism affect your self-worth. By reminding yourself that their words are only as powerful as the importance you give them, you begin to see that no one else has control over your inner peace unless you allow it. Consider a situation where a close friend or family member says something hurtful in a moment of frustration. The initial sting may be inevitable, but instead of letting it fester, ask yourself, is this worth my peace of mind? Often we give others' words or actions far more weight than they deserve. Realize that everyone acts out of their own beliefs, moods, and insecurities. Understanding this allows you to take their words less personally, seeing them as reflections of their own inner world, rather than a judgment of your worth. Emotional independence is not about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about developing the inner strength to remain calm, centered, and true to yourself, regardless of how others behave. By practicing this, you free yourself from the need for external validation or approval. You don't need others' acceptance to feel secure in who you are. This mindset is empowering because it places the responsibility for your happiness and peace entirely in your hands, rather than in the hands of those around you. A practical way to cultivate this mindset is by practicing detachment from others' opinions. Detachment doesn't mean you ignore others or refuse to engage with them. Rather, it means acknowledging others' perspectives without letting them control your emotional state. For instance, if someone criticizes a decision you made, you can calmly listen to their viewpoint, take any constructive feedback, and let go of any negativity. By consciously choosing which words and actions you will internalize, you protect your mental and emotional well-being. Learning not to take things personally is another key aspect of understanding that no one can hurt you. People's actions are often influenced by factors that have nothing to do with you: stress, insecurity, or past experiences. When someone acts unkindly, remember that their behavior is a reflection of their own struggles. By depersonalizing others' actions, you shield yourself from unnecessary hurt. For example, if a colleague is uncooperative or dismissive, recognize that their actions likely stem from their own issues rather than anything about you. Imagine yourself as a strong tree rooted firmly in the ground. When a storm comes, The tree might sway, but its roots keep it grounded. Similarly, when others criticize or act out against you, you might feel momentarily shaken, but your sense of self remains unshaken, grounded in your own understanding and values. This imagery reinforces the idea that while external events may stir your emotions temporarily, they don't have the power to uproot you. Cultivating the belief that no one can hurt you also helps build confidence. When you understand that your worth doesn't depend on others' opinions, you become more willing to take risks, speak your mind, and pursue your goals. You no longer fear others' reactions because you know that their words or judgments don't define you. This confidence allows you to navigate life boldly and authentically, driven by your own values rather than the fear of others' opinions. Building emotional resilience takes practice. One helpful exercise is to reflect on past situations where others' words or actions hurt you. Ask yourself, did I give their words more power than they deserved? Or, could I have reacted differently to maintain my peace? Through this reflection, you'll begin to see how much of the hurt was self-imposed, coming from your choice to internalize their words. As you recognize this pattern, it becomes easier to make a conscious decision to protect your inner peace in future interactions. Another powerful technique for strengthening emotional independence is practicing mindfulness. When you feel triggered by something someone has said or done, pause and take a few deep breaths. Notice the thoughts and emotions that arise, but don't react to them immediately. This pause creates space for you to choose a calm, centered response rather than a reactive one. Over time, mindfulness helps you respond to others with understanding and compassion rather than defensiveness. The belief that no one can hurt you is a liberating realization. By recognizing that you control your own reactions and understanding that others' words and actions are often projections of their own struggles, you take back your power. Emotional independence allows you to remain centered and peaceful no matter the external circumstances. Embrace this mindset, and you'll find that you are unshakable, able to navigate life's challenges with strength, resilience, and a deep inner calm. Chapter 6. The Power of Acceptance. Acceptance is a transformative power, one that allows you to live with peace and clarity. Many of us spend our lives fighting reality, resisting situations we cannot change, holding on to the past, or worrying about an uncertain future. This constant resistance drains our energy, causes stress, and prevents us from fully experiencing life. Embracing acceptance means seeing things as they are without trying to change, judge, or resist them. When you let go of resistance and accept reality, you unlock a profound sense of peace and freedom. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It doesn't mean you passively endure hardship or give up on aspirations. Instead, it means acknowledging the present moment as it is, without wishing it were different. For instance, if you experience a setback at work or in a relationship, acceptance allows you to see the situation clearly. Rather than denying your disappointment or trying to escape from it, you accept the emotions, the reality of what has happened, and the limitations of what you can control. This clear-sightedness enables you to respond more effectively, moving forward without being paralyzed by frustration or regret. Imagine a rainy day that disrupts your outdoor plans. Resisting the reality of the weather only breeds frustration. You might complain, feel disappointed, or focus on how the day should have been. But this resistance doesn't change the rain, it only disrupts your peace. By practicing acceptance, you acknowledge the rain as a fact, freeing yourself to adapt. You might decide to shift to an indoor activity, enjoy a relaxing day at home, or even take a walk in the rain. Acceptance opens up new possibilities, allowing you to respond with flexibility and creativity rather than with resentment. One powerful way to practice acceptance is to recognize what is within your control and what is not. Many aspects of life, other people's actions, the outcomes of certain events, or unexpected changes, are beyond our control. Fighting these realities leads to stress, but accepting them brings relief. For instance, if a friend cancels plans last minute, you can feel disappointed without letting it ruin your day. By accepting their decision as something outside your control, you free yourself from anger and redirect your focus towards something positive or productive. Acceptance also extends to your own imperfections and limitations. Many of us hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, criticizing ourselves for perceived flaws or mistakes. This self-criticism creates a sense of inadequacy and prevents us from fully appreciating who we are. Accepting yourself doesn't mean ignoring areas for growth. It means embracing yourself as a whole, with both strengths and weaknesses. When you accept yourself, you stop seeking validation from others and start building self-confidence rooted in self-awareness and authenticity. Another key aspect of acceptance is letting go of the past. Holding on to regrets or reliving painful memories binds us to what has already happened, preventing us from fully living in the present. Accepting the past doesn't mean forgetting it or denying its impact. It means recognizing that it is unchangeable. By accepting the past as a part of your journey, you release its hold on you. This acceptance allows you to learn from past experiences and move forward without being haunted by them. Each time a painful memory arises, remind yourself that it's a part of your history, not a part of your present. Acceptance is also about making peace with uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and trying to control every outcome only leads to frustration. Embracing uncertainty means accepting that you don't have all the answers and that the future is unknown. This acceptance brings a sense of freedom, as it releases the need for constant planning and worrying. For example, when you're faced with a major life decision, such as a career change or a move to a new city, accept that you may not know exactly how things will turn out. By embracing the unknown, you open yourself to new experiences without being burdened by anxiety over things you cannot foresee. A helpful way to practice acceptance is through mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches you to observe your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without judgment. When a challenging situation arises, try to simply notice your reaction, whether it's anger, disappointment, or sadness, without pushing it away or becoming overwhelmed. By acknowledging your feelings without judgment, you allow them to pass naturally. This non-resistance is a form of acceptance that helps you process emotions without becoming stuck in them. Acceptance is a powerful tool for emotional resilience. When you accept what you cannot change, you conserve energy that would otherwise be wasted on resistance. You become more resilient, able to navigate challenges with a calm and steady mind. Instead of reacting to every obstacle with frustration, you approach life with a sense of flow, adapting gracefully to whatever comes your way. This resilience allows you to weather life's ups and downs without losing your peace. In relationships, acceptance can transform the way you interact with others. Instead of trying to change people or expecting them to meet your ideals, you learn to appreciate them as they are. This doesn't mean you accept harmful behavior. Rather, it means you stop holding others to rigid expectations that lead to disappointment. By accepting others' unique traits and imperfections, you create deeper, more fulfilling connections based on respect and understanding. Acceptance is a gateway to peace, resilience, and freedom. By letting go of resistance, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and open yourself to new possibilities. Acceptance allows you to live in harmony with reality, embracing both the beauty and imperfection of life. Practice accepting the present moment, your own limitations, and the unknown future. In doing so, you'll find that life becomes lighter, more peaceful, and filled with opportunities for growth. Embrace the power of acceptance and experience the liberation that comes from surrendering to life as it is. Chapter 7. Living according to nature. Living according to nature is a timeless principle that teaches us to find harmony, patience, and resilience by aligning ourselves with the natural world and its rhythms. Nature embodies balance, growth, change, and adaptation, all essential qualities for a fulfilling life. When we embrace these natural principles, we learn to navigate life's ups and downs with grace, letting go of the constant need to control, resist, or rush things. This chapter explores how living according to nature can guide us to a life of calm, resilience, and alignment with our true selves. Nature is full of cycles, from the seasons to the phases of the moon, and even to the growth of plants and animals. Each cycle has its purpose and timing, unfolding at its own pace, without haste or resistance. Embracing this natural rhythm reminds us that life, too, has its seasons. There are times for growth, rest, change, and renewal. By observing and aligning with these cycles, we learn to be patient, knowing that there is a time for everything. We understand that setbacks or periods of rest aren't failures. They are simply part of the cycle, essential steps toward growth and transformation. Imagine a tree in a forest. It grows steadily, its roots digging deeper into the soil each year. During spring and summer, it flourishes, producing new leaves and fruit. In autumn, it sheds its leaves, and in winter, it rests, conserving energy for the next cycle. The tree doesn't rush to bloom out of season or resist the shedding of leaves. It follows the natural rhythm, accepting each phase as it comes. When we adopt this perspective, we, too, learn to trust the timing of our lives, knowing that growth and renewal will come in their own time if we nurture ourselves and stay grounded. One way to live according to nature is to embrace the power of patience. In our fast-paced society, we often feel pressured to achieve quickly, to solve problems immediately, and to force progress. But nature reminds us that meaningful growth is gradual. Think of a seed planted in the soil. It takes time to sprout, develop roots, and eventually grow into a plant. If we dig it up every day to check its progress, we only hinder its growth. Similarly, when we constantly push ourselves to achieve, without allowing time for rest and reflection, we disrupt our natural progress. By practicing patience, we allow things to unfold naturally, without unnecessary stress. Another lesson from nature is adaptability. Just as animals and plants adjust to changing environments, we too must learn to adapt to life's changes. Seasons change, storms come and go, and nature adapts with flexibility and resilience. When unexpected events disrupt our lives, we can take inspiration from nature's ability to adapt without resistance. For example, if a career opportunity doesn't work out as planned, rather than becoming disheartened or rigid, we can adapt by exploring new paths, being open to different opportunities, and trusting that the flow of life will guide us forward. Living according to nature also means embracing simplicity. Nature thrives in simplicity. Animals seek what they need. Plants grow with just sunlight, water, and soil, and rivers flow naturally along the path of least resistance. By simplifying our own lives, we free ourselves from the clutter, distractions, and unnecessary complexities that weigh us down. Simplifying might mean focusing on what truly matters to us, letting go of superficial pursuits, or being content with what we have. Embracing simplicity brings peace and clarity, helping us live with purpose rather than being consumed by the noise of modern life. Respect for natural limitations is another essential aspect of living according to nature. Every ecosystem has its boundaries, and overstepping these boundaries leads to imbalance and harm. Similarly, we have personal limits, physical, mental, and emotional. By recognizing and respecting these limits, we avoid burnout and exhaustion. For instance, if you feel overwhelmed by work, acknowledge that you need rest rather than pushing yourself beyond your capacity. Living according to nature means understanding that there's a time to push forward and a time to pull back, a time to give and a time to replenish. Respecting your limits is not a weakness, it's an act of wisdom and self-care. Nature also teaches us the importance of living in harmony with others. Ecosystems thrive because of cooperation and balance. Different species coexist, supporting one another in a web of mutual dependence. Similarly, we flourish when we cultivate healthy, supportive relationships. This means treating others with respect, offering help, and recognizing that we are all interconnected. Living in harmony with others encourages empathy and compassion, reminding us that just as nature's ecosystems are interconnected, so too are our lives. Being present is another core principle of living according to nature. Animals and plants exist fully in the present moment, responding to their immediate needs without dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. When we live in the present, we experience life more fully, noticing the beauty in ordinary moments and finding peace in what is. Practicing mindfulness, whether through meditation, spending time in nature, or simply taking moments to pause and breathe, helps us stay grounded and appreciate each moment as it comes. To practice living according to nature, start by observing the world around you. Spend time in nature, noticing the rhythms, the patience, and the adaptability of the natural world. Reflect on how you can incorporate these principles into your daily life. Consider how you might approach life with more patience, simplify your priorities, and respect your limits. Cultivate gratitude for the present moment and recognize that your life, too, is part of a larger rhythm, with each experience contributing to your growth and understanding. Living according to nature is a pathway to peace, resilience, and fulfillment. By embracing natural rhythms, we learn to live with patience and adaptability, finding balance in our actions and decisions. This mindset helps us stay grounded, aligned with our true selves, and in harmony with the world around us. When we allow life to unfold naturally, like the cycles in nature, we discover that life becomes richer, calmer, and more meaningful. Embrace the wisdom of nature and let it guide you toward a life of balance, peace, and inner strength. Chapter 8. Focus on ethical living. Ethical living is a foundation for inner peace, resilience, and self-respect. When we choose to live by a code of ethics, guiding ourselves with values such as honesty, kindness, integrity, and responsibility, we create a framework that brings clarity and direction to our lives. Ethical living provides a steady compass, helping us navigate life's complexities and challenges with a clear sense of purpose. By focusing on ethical living, we cultivate inner strength and find that over time, the opinions and actions of others lose their hold over us. We live authentically, grounded in what we know to be right. At its core, ethical living means making conscious decisions that align with our values. This doesn't mean adhering to a rigid set of rules. Rather, it's about choosing actions that reflect our highest principles and treating others with respect and compassion. For example, if honesty is a core value for you, an ethical approach would mean practicing transparency in your words and actions, even in situations where the truth may be uncomfortable. By consistently living in alignment with your values, you build trust with yourself and others, reinforcing your sense of integrity. Ethical living also helps us remain grounded amidst external pressures. In a world where opinions, trends, and expectations constantly shift, having a strong ethical foundation allows us to stay true to ourselves. Instead of being swayed by fleeting influences, we make decisions based on what we know to be right. For example, if faced with pressure to achieve success at any cost, an ethical approach reminds us that integrity matters more than short-term gain. This clarity shields us from compromising ourselves, and we can move forward confidently, knowing our choices are rooted in our values rather than external validation. When we focus on ethical living, we also cultivate empathy and compassion. Ethics isn't just about what benefits us personally, it's about how we impact others and contribute to the larger community. Living ethically means recognizing the dignity and worth of every person, including those who are different from us. It encourages us to consider the effects of our actions, fostering a sense of responsibility that extends beyond ourselves. For example, choosing to be kind and respectful, even to those who may not treat us the same way, reflects an ethical approach to relationships. This commitment to empathy builds stronger, more meaningful connections, reinforcing a sense of shared humanity. A practical aspect of ethical living is practicing fairness and justice. Striving to be fair means giving others the respect and consideration that we would want for ourselves, whether it's at work, in our personal lives, or in broader social contexts. Treating people fairly builds trust and respect. For instance, if you're in a leadership role, fairness means evaluating people based on their merits rather than favoritism, creating an environment where everyone feels valued. This approach fosters a sense of balance and integrity that enhances your relationships and contributes to a positive environment. Another benefit of ethical living is the inner peace it brings. When we act in alignment with our values, we avoid the guilt, regret, or shame that often accompanies unethical actions. Imagine someone who chooses to act dishonestly to gain an advantage. While they may experience temporary success, they are likely to feel a sense of inner conflict or self-doubt. By contrast, when we choose to act ethically, we experience a deep sense of peace and self-respect, knowing that our actions reflect our true principles. This inner harmony strengthens our resilience, as we no longer carry the weight of self-criticism or the need to justify our actions. Ethical living also empowers us to become role models. When we act with integrity, we inspire others to do the same. People notice those who consistently act ethically, and our actions can have a ripple effect, encouraging others to live by their values as well. Whether it's in our families, workplaces, or communities, ethical behavior sets a positive example, showing others that it's possible to succeed without compromising principles. Over time, this influence contributes to a culture of respect and integrity that benefits everyone. One challenge of ethical living is that it often requires courage. Living ethically means standing by our values even when it's difficult, unpopular, or inconvenient. For example, speaking up for someone who is being treated unfairly may feel uncomfortable, but it's the ethical choice if fairness is a value you hold dear. Similarly, choosing not to engage in gossip, even when it's common in your social circle, reflects a commitment to respect and kindness. These choices may not always be easy, but they reinforce our integrity and strengthen our sense of self. To focus on ethical living, start by defining your core values. Reflect on what truly matters to you: honesty, compassion, respect, courage, fairness, and make a conscious decision to let these values guide your actions. By aligning your decisions with your values, you build a foundation of integrity that strengthens over time. When faced with a choice, ask yourself, does this align with my values? This simple question serves as a moral compass, guiding you to act in ways that reinforce your sense of self-respect and honor. Another way to practice ethical living is to cultivate self-awareness. Ethical choices are often rooted in mindfulness, or being present with your thoughts and intentions. Before acting or speaking, take a moment to consider the impact of your actions on yourself and others. Mindful reflection helps you stay true to your values, reducing impulsive actions or decisions that may lead to regret. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to respond thoughtfully and responsibly, no matter the situation. Focusing on ethical living is a powerful way to cultivate inner peace, self-respect, and resilience. By making decisions based on our values, we free ourselves from the need for approval or validation from others. Ethical living guides us to treat others with empathy, act with integrity, and stand by our principles, even in challenging situations. This focus allows us to navigate life's complexities with clarity and purpose, reinforcing our inner strength and creating positive connections with those around us. Embrace ethical living as a pathway to a fulfilling, peaceful life, one where your actions align with your true self, and each day brings you closer to becoming the person you aspire to be. Chapter 9. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for cultivating inner peace, resilience, and fulfillment. Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have, helping you appreciate the present moment rather than constantly reaching for more. When we make gratitude a daily habit, we strengthen our ability to find contentment even in challenging times. Gratitude transforms how we experience life, giving us a sense of abundance that keeps us grounded and resilient, no matter what comes our way. At its heart, gratitude is a choice to see and acknowledge the positive aspects of life, regardless of circumstances. It doesn't mean ignoring hardships or pretending everything is perfect. Rather, it's about recognizing the gifts and opportunities that exist within each moment. For example, even during difficult times, there are small blessings we can appreciate. The support of friends, the comfort of a warm home, the beauty of a sunset, or the simple pleasure of a meal. By focusing on these small blessings, we develop a mindset of appreciation that colors our entire outlook on life. Practicing gratitude has a profound effect on mental and emotional well-being. Research shows that gratitude can improve mood, increase resilience, and even boost physical health by reducing stress. When you cultivate a grateful heart, you're less likely to dwell on negative thoughts and more inclined to focus on the positive. Gratitude essentially rewires your brain to see the world in a more optimistic light, making it easier to navigate life's challenges with a calm, balanced perspective. One of the most effective ways to practice gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for. These can be big or small, from significant achievements to everyday comforts. By consistently noting the positives in your life, you train your mind to seek out and recognize these blessings. Over time, this habit becomes second nature, allowing you to experience gratitude throughout the day without consciously trying. For instance, you might find yourself feeling grateful for a kind word from a friend or a moment of peace in a busy day, all because you've trained your mind to focus on gratitude. Gratitude can also be practiced through mindful awareness. As you go about your day, take a moment to pause and appreciate the present moment. Notice the sights, sounds, and sensations around you, and reflect on how they contribute to your well-being. For example, you might feel the warmth of the sun on your skin or hear the laughter of children playing nearby. By practicing gratitude in these small, mindful moments, you develop a deeper appreciation for the richness of life, becoming more attuned to the beauty in ordinary experiences. Another powerful aspect of gratitude is learning to appreciate not only the joys, but also the challenges in life. While it may seem counterintuitive, being grateful for difficult experiences can provide immense personal growth and insight. Challenges often teach us resilience, patience, and empathy, qualities that help us grow and become stronger. For instance, if you experience a setback at work, try to focus on the lessons learned and the opportunity for growth. Practicing gratitude for challenges doesn't mean you're happy about difficult situations. It means you can see the value in them, making it easier to accept and learn from life's inevitable struggles. Gratitude also fosters stronger relationships. When you regularly express appreciation to others, you build connections based on trust, respect, and kindness. People naturally feel valued and uplifted when they're acknowledged, and this strengthens the bond between you. Taking the time to thank friends, family, or colleagues, whether through a heartfelt note or a simple verbal acknowledgement, helps create a positive, supportive environment. This not only brings you closer to others, but also reinforces your own sense of gratitude as you see the good in the people around you. Incorporating gratitude into daily conversations can also reinforce this habit. When someone asks how your day is going, take a moment to share something you're grateful for, rather than focusing on complaints or frustrations. For instance, instead of responding with, "It's been a rough day," try, "It's been challenging, but I'm grateful for my team's support." This subtle shift in how you speak allows you to center your mind on what's going well, helping you maintain a positive perspective. A helpful technique for deepening your gratitude practice is to occasionally reflect on what life would be like without certain blessings. Imagine for a moment not having access to the things you often take for granted, such as clean water, a safe place to live, or loved ones. This exercise isn't about creating fear or sadness. Rather, it's a way to remind yourself of the significance of everyday blessings. When you consciously recognize the value of these things, you strengthen your sense of appreciation, making gratitude an even more powerful source of fulfillment. Gratitude also teaches us to live in the present moment. When we are truly grateful, we are not caught up in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Gratitude anchors us in the now, reminding us that life is happening in this moment. By focusing on what you appreciate right now, you naturally release the need to constantly seek more and find a deeper sense of peace and satisfaction in what you already have. This presence brings a sense of completeness, allowing you to experience joy without the constant drive for accumulation or perfection. Practicing gratitude helps us maintain hope. When we focus on what we are thankful for, we are reminded that life is full of positive moments, even amid difficulties. Gratitude nurtures a resilient spirit, helping us hold on to hope during tough times. For example, if you're facing a period of uncertainty, gratitude allows you to focus on what is steady and reliable in your life: supportive relationships, personal strengths, or past achievements that have shaped you. This hopeful outlook helps you navigate adversity with courage and optimism. Gratitude is a transformative practice that can reshape how we experience life. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we create a foundation of inner peace, resilience, and joy. Practicing gratitude daily, whether through journaling, mindful awareness, or expressions of thanks, allows us to see life's richness even in ordinary moments. Embrace gratitude, and you'll find that each day becomes an opportunity to appreciate, grow, and connect, paving the way for a life filled with fulfillment and positivity. Chapter 10. Trust the process and let go of control. Trusting the process and letting go of control is an essential step toward inner peace and fulfillment. In our modern world, we're often conditioned to believe that we must constantly plan, control, and manipulate outcomes to achieve success and happiness. But life is full of uncertainty and unpredictability, and holding on too tightly to control only creates stress and anxiety. By learning to trust the process and release the need for constant control, we allow ourselves to flow more naturally with life's rhythms, opening the door to growth, resilience, and serenity. Trusting the process means having faith in the journey rather than fixating on the destination. It's about understanding that everything unfolds in its own time, that life has its own cycles of growth, rest, and renewal. For instance, consider a long-term goal, such as building a career or cultivating a meaningful relationship. These processes take time, patience, and consistent effort. By trusting the process, you focus on what you can do each day to move forward without constantly worrying about when or how you'll achieve the ultimate outcome. This trust allows you to enjoy the journey, recognizing that growth and progress are happening even if they aren't immediately visible. Letting go of control doesn't mean becoming passive or giving up on your goals. It means releasing the tight grip you might have on specific outcomes, recognizing that some aspects of life are beyond your control. When you set an intention or pursue a goal, focus on what you can control, your actions, attitude, and effort, while letting go of the urge to dictate every detail. This balance between action and surrender brings a profound sense of freedom, as you're no longer held captive by the pressure to make everything go exactly as planned. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. The journey requires effort, perseverance, and direction. You can control your pace, where you place each footstep, and how you respond to the challenges along the way. But you can't control the weather, the terrain, or the timing of reaching the summit. By accepting these uncontrollable factors, you find peace in focusing on what you can do and adapting to what comes. Trusting the process in this way allows you to enjoy the climb rather than being consumed by frustration or impatience. One of the biggest obstacles to trusting the process is the fear of uncertainty. As humans, we tend to crave predictability and stability, but life doesn't always offer that. Learning to embrace uncertainty can help you let go of the need for absolute control. Consider a time when you faced an unexpected turn in life, a career shift, a relationship change, or a health challenge. These moments often feel daunting because they push us out of our comfort zones. But when we accept that uncertainty is a natural part of life, we learn to approach it with curiosity rather than fear. Instead of resisting, we open ourselves to the potential for new opportunities and growth. Letting go of control also helps reduce stress. When you constantly feel the need to manage every detail, you create a heavy burden for yourself. Trying to control others, events, or even your own future creates tension and leaves you feeling exhausted. By focusing instead on what you can influence, you free yourself from this constant strain. This approach allows you to navigate challenges with a calm, balanced mindset, recognizing that you don't need to have all the answers or force outcomes to find peace and fulfillment. Another essential aspect of trusting the process is practicing patience. Growth takes time, and many of life's most rewarding experiences come after periods of waiting, persistence, and gradual progress. Think of a garden. When you plant seeds, you don't see immediate results. It takes time for them to sprout, grow, and eventually bear fruit. If you constantly dig up the seeds to check on them, you disrupt their natural process. Similarly, by allowing things to unfold at their own pace, you nurture your goals and intentions with patience, trusting that growth is taking place beneath the surface, even if it isn't immediately visible. A powerful way to develop trust in the process is through mindfulness and presence. When you focus on the present moment, you detach from the need to control the future. You experience life as it is, without trying to force or manipulate it. This mindset helps you appreciate each step of the journey, finding value in the small moments rather than constantly striving for the next goal. Practicing mindfulness, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply slowing down, anchors you in the present, reminding you that this moment is all you truly have. Acceptance plays a crucial role in letting go of control as well. Accept that there will be times when things don't go as planned, that setbacks and obstacles are part of the journey. When you encounter difficulties, view them as opportunities for growth rather than as failures. Accepting life's imperfections allows you to face challenges without resistance, trusting that each experience, no matter how difficult, is a valuable part of your personal development. This acceptance transforms obstacles into stepping stones, helping you navigate life with resilience and adaptability. Another way to reinforce trust in the process is to reflect on past experiences where unexpected outcomes led to positive growth or new opportunities. Think back to a time when something didn't go as planned, only to lead you to a better outcome or valuable lesson. By recognizing how life has unfolded in beneficial ways before, even when things seemed uncertain, you build confidence that life's process often leads us to the right places, even if we don't see it at the time. Trusting the process also helps cultivate a sense of gratitude. When you let go of control, you allow yourself to appreciate each step of the journey, finding fulfillment in the small moments rather than just the destination. This gratitude fosters contentment, reducing the constant need for more or better. Instead, you learn to see each stage of your life as valuable, embracing both the highs and the lows with a grateful heart. Trusting the process and letting go of control is a pathway to freedom, peace, and resilience. By releasing the need to dictate every outcome, you allow life to unfold naturally, discovering the beauty and wisdom in each stage of the journey. Trusting the process doesn't mean giving up on goals. It means embracing patience, acceptance, and presence, knowing that life often has a way of guiding us in ways we couldn't have planned. Embrace the balance of effort and surrender, and you'll find that life becomes lighter, more fulfilling, and filled with unexpected joys and growth. Chapter 11. Visualize your success. Visualization is a powerful tool for manifesting your goals, boosting confidence, and aligning your mind with your desired outcomes. When you visualize your success, you create a mental image of what you want to achieve, allowing you to see, feel, and experience your aspirations as if they were already happening. This practice taps into the power of the mind, helping you overcome self-doubt, increase motivation, and focus on your path forward. Visualization is not just daydreaming. It is a purposeful exercise that can transform your mindset and bring you closer to your goals. Visualization works by engaging both the conscious and subconscious mind. When you picture yourself succeeding, your mind interprets this image as reality, strengthening the belief that you can achieve it. Over time, these positive images reduce limiting beliefs and instill a sense of confidence that fuels action. For example, if your goal is to speak confidently in public, visualizing yourself speaking to an audience with poise and clarity can help rewire your mind, reducing anxiety and reinforcing the belief that you are capable of achieving this goal. To effectively visualize your success, begin by setting aside a quiet time to focus solely on this practice. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and bring your desired outcome to mind. Be specific in your visualization. Picture not only the end result, but also the steps you'll take to get there, the emotions you'll feel, and the small details that make it vivid. Imagine the sights, sounds, and even the physical sensations associated with your goal. For example, if you're visualizing a promotion at work, see yourself confidently presenting in meetings, receiving positive feedback, and feeling proud of your accomplishments. Incorporating emotions into your visualization is crucial. The mind is deeply influenced by emotions, and by feeling the joy, pride, or satisfaction that comes with achieving your goal, you reinforce your belief in your success. Studies show that the brain responds similarly to imagined experiences as it does to real ones, meaning that by consistently feeling your success, you train your brain to respond positively in real-life situations. This emotional engagement boosts your confidence and makes your goal feel attainable and within reach. Visualization can also help clarify your goals and identify specific actions to achieve them. When you regularly picture your success, you may find yourself becoming more aware of the steps you need to take to reach it. For instance, if you're aiming to start a business, visualization may reveal areas you need to research, skills to develop, or connections to make. This mental rehearsal helps you outline a clear plan, and each time you visualize, you reinforce your commitment to taking those steps. Another benefit of visualization is that it helps to reduce self-doubt and negative thinking. Often, self-limiting beliefs hold us back from pursuing our aspirations, telling us we're not capable or deserving of success. When you visualize yourself succeeding, you replace these limiting beliefs with a mental image of your potential. Over time, this practice shifts your mindset, encouraging you to focus on your strengths and abilities rather than your fears or limitations. Visualization becomes a tool for building resilience, reminding you of your capacity to overcome obstacles and achieve what you set out to do. To enhance your visualization practice, try combining it with affirmations, positive statements that reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed. As you visualize, repeat affirmations like, "I am capable of achieving my goals," "I am confident and resilient," or "I deserve success." These affirmations help to solidify your mental image, turning it into a powerful tool for motivation and self-belief. When combined, visualization and affirmations create a mental foundation for success, encouraging you to take bold and purposeful action. Visualization can be especially powerful when preparing for specific events or challenges. For example, If you have an important presentation, you might visualize yourself confidently delivering your message, engaging the audience, and receiving positive feedback. By mentally rehearsing these steps, you prepare yourself to respond calmly and effectively, no matter the actual circumstances. This preparation reduces anxiety and helps you feel ready to face the challenge with clarity and confidence. Regular visualization also helps you stay focused on your long-term goals, even in the face of setbacks or obstacles. Life will inevitably present challenges, but when you've visualized your success, you have a mental anchor that keeps you motivated and grounded. Whenever you encounter doubt or resistance, return to your visualization as a reminder of what you're working toward. This practice serves as a source of inspiration, helping you maintain a positive outlook and a steady course, no matter the hurdles. Visualization fosters a deep sense of gratitude, which enhances the journey to success. When you visualize your desired outcome, take a moment to feel grateful, not only for the future achievement, but also for the journey itself. Gratitude for your progress, challenges, and growth keeps you engaged and joyful along the way. This gratitude mindset reduces the need for external validation, making the journey more fulfilling and meaningful. Visualization is a transformative practice that helps you align your mind with your goals, build confidence, and maintain focus. By consistently picturing your success and engaging your emotions, you create a mental roadmap that empowers you to move forward with clarity and resilience. Visualize your success, believe in your potential, and let this practice be your guide as you take steps toward the life you envision. Embrace the power of visualization and watch as your dreams come closer, one mental image at a time. Chapter 12. Surround yourself with positivity. The people, environments, and influences we allow into our lives have a significant impact on our mindset, attitude, and overall well-being. Surrounding yourself with positivity is about creating a supportive network and environment that uplifts, motivates, and inspires you to become your best self. When you fill your life with positive influences, you cultivate a mindset that is resilient, optimistic, and open to growth. This chapter explores the power of surrounding yourself with positivity and practical ways to build a life enriched by supportive relationships, encouraging spaces, and meaningful activities. Positive people lift us up, provide encouragement, and inspire us with their energy, enthusiasm, and belief in our potential. These individuals remind us of our strengths, help us see opportunities in challenges, and offer constructive feedback when needed. For example, a friend who supports your dreams and encourages you to pursue your goals can make a significant difference in your journey. Similarly, a mentor who believes in your abilities can inspire you to reach new heights. By surrounding yourself with people who embody positivity, you create a network of support that can help you overcome obstacles, celebrate achievements, and stay focused on your growth. It's important to remember that surrounding yourself with positivity also involves setting boundaries with negative influences. Negative energy, whether from people, environments, or media, can drain your motivation and cloud your mindset. When people consistently bring criticism, drama, or pessimism into your life, it's essential to set boundaries to protect your peace. This doesn't mean you have to cut people out entirely. Rather, it's about limiting your exposure to those who diminish your energy or create unnecessary stress. Instead, prioritize relationships that energize and uplift you, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Your physical environment also plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset. A cluttered or chaotic space can create feelings of stress, while a clean, organized, and aesthetically pleasing environment can promote calm and focus. Consider how you can create spaces that inspire and relax you, whether it's your home, workspace, or any place you spend a lot of time. Simple changes like adding plants, natural light, or personal touches can transform a space into one that brings peace and positivity. When your environment reflects positivity, it becomes a haven that supports your growth and well-being. In addition to people and places, the activities you engage in influence your mental state. Positive activities are those that bring joy, stimulate growth, and foster well-being. These can include hobbies, exercise, creative pursuits, or even simple practices like spending time in nature or reading uplifting books. Make time for activities that nourish your spirit and give you a sense of fulfillment. Engaging in activities that bring you joy strengthens your ability to stay positive, even when life presents challenges, as these pursuits provide you with a source of happiness and resilience. Media and information sources also have a significant impact on your mindset. In today's digital world, we are constantly exposed to news, social media, and other forms of content that can shape our perception of the world. Choose to engage with media that inspires, educates, and uplifts. Follow people, read books, and watch content that promotes positivity, growth, and empowerment. For example, following social media accounts that share motivational stories, practical advice, or creative inspiration can help you stay focused on your goals and maintain a positive outlook. Being mindful of the media you consume protects your mindset from unnecessary negativity. A practice that enhances your ability to surround yourself with positivity is gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's already good in your life. By regularly acknowledging the positive aspects of your life, people, experiences, opportunities, you reinforce a mindset of abundance. Practicing gratitude daily, whether through journaling, expressing thanks to others, or simply reflecting on the good in your life, strengthens your capacity to attract and appreciate positive influences. This habit encourages you to seek out and recognize the positivity around you, making it easier to sustain a grateful and optimistic outlook. It's also important to foster a positive relationship with yourself. Positive self-talk and self-compassion are crucial components of surrounding yourself with positivity. Treat yourself with kindness, patience, and encouragement, just as you would a close friend. Challenge negative thoughts when they arise and replace them with affirmations that reflect your strengths and potential. When you speak to yourself positively, you build inner confidence and resilience, making it easier to face life's challenges with a calm and constructive mindset. Practicing mindfulness is another powerful tool for surrounding yourself with positivity. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to stay present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and environment without judgment. This awareness allows you to observe negative influences, whether internal or external, without becoming entangled in them. By being mindful, you can make conscious choices about the people, environments, and activities you engage with, focusing on those that bring positivity into your life. This intentional focus on positivity strengthens your resilience, helping you remain centered and grounded no matter what arises. A key element of surrounding yourself with positivity is contributing to a positive environment for others as well. When you radiate positivity through kindness, encouragement, and empathy, you create an atmosphere that attracts others with a similar outlook. Positivity is contagious, and by offering support and understanding to those around you, you foster a network of mutual encouragement. For example, Taking time to celebrate others' achievements, offering a listening ear, or sharing words of encouragement can uplift those around you, creating a cycle of positive energy that benefits everyone. Surrounding yourself with positivity is a powerful step toward living a fulfilling and resilient life. By prioritizing relationships, environments, and activities that uplift you, you create a support system that nurtures your growth and well-being. Practicing gratitude, mindfulness, and self-compassion further strengthens your ability to maintain a positive mindset, helping you navigate challenges with optimism and grace. Embrace positivity in all areas of your life, and you'll find that each day becomes richer, more peaceful, and filled with meaningful connections and experiences. Chapter 13. Commit to lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is the commitment to continuously grow, evolve, and adapt by seeking knowledge and new experiences throughout life. This practice is about more than acquiring skills. It's about nurturing curiosity, embracing growth, and keeping an open mind. By committing to lifelong learning, you stay adaptable, creative, and resilient in the face of change. Lifelong learning enriches your life with a sense of purpose and discovery, making every experience an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. In a rapidly changing world, the ability to learn and adapt is crucial. Lifelong learners are not afraid of change. Instead, they view it as an invitation to learn something new. When you commit to learning, you become more comfortable with uncertainty and better equipped to handle unexpected challenges. For example, someone who continuously learns and builds skills is more adaptable in the workplace, able to navigate changes in technology, roles, or industries with ease. This adaptability allows you to respond confidently to change, making you more resilient and resourceful in various aspects of life. To cultivate a habit of lifelong learning, begin by embracing curiosity. Curiosity is the spark that drives learning. It encourages you to ask questions, explore new topics, and seek deeper understanding. Approach each day with a beginner's mind, seeing the world with fresh eyes and being open to new ideas. Curiosity allows you to find interest and value in a wide range of subjects, even those outside your usual areas of focus. For instance, if you're curious about cooking, take the opportunity to learn about different cuisines, techniques, or nutrition. This curiosity expands your horizons and keeps your mind active and engaged. Lifelong learning also involves embracing challenges and setbacks as learning experiences. Rather than viewing failure as a dead end, see it as an opportunity for growth. Every challenge offers a lesson, and by reflecting on your experiences, you learn how to improve and adapt. For example, if a project doesn't go as planned, analyze what went wrong and what you can do differently next time. This approach turns setbacks into valuable insights, fostering resilience and encouraging you to keep moving forward. One practical way to commit to lifelong learning is to set learning goals. Just as you set goals for your career, health, or finances, establish specific learning objectives for yourself. These can be short-term goals, like reading a certain number of books in a month, or long-term goals, like learning a new language or mastering a skill. Having clear goals gives you direction, helping you stay focused and motivated in your learning journey. With each goal you achieve, you gain confidence and satisfaction, reinforcing your commitment to growth. Reading is one of the most accessible and effective ways to continue learning throughout life. Books, articles, and even audiobooks offer insights from a wide array of fields, perspectives, and cultures. Whether you're interested in history, science, philosophy, or fiction, reading allows you to expand your knowledge and gain new perspectives. Make reading a daily habit, even if it's just a few pages a day, and you'll find that this practice enriches your mind and provides fresh insights and inspiration for personal growth. Learning from others is another vital aspect of lifelong learning. Every person you meet has unique experiences, skills, and knowledge that can teach you something new. Surround yourself with people who inspire you and challenge you to think differently. Engaging in conversations, seeking mentors, and networking with people from different backgrounds allow you to see the world through diverse lenses. For example, discussing a topic with someone who has a different perspective helps you expand your understanding, challenge your assumptions, and develop empathy. In addition to reading and learning from others, hands-on experience is a powerful way to solidify knowledge and gain practical skills. Applying what you learn through practice deepens your understanding and builds confidence. For instance, if you're learning a musical instrument, regular practice is essential for improvement. Similarly, if you're studying a new language, try practicing it with native speakers or through immersive experiences. The act of doing solidifies theoretical knowledge, helping you retain what you learn and apply it effectively. Online courses, workshops, and seminars are also excellent resources for lifelong learners. With the growth of online education, there are endless opportunities to explore new subjects, develop skills, or deepen your expertise in specific areas. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy offer courses in everything from coding to creative writing, often with flexible schedules to fit your routine. By enrolling in courses, you stay updated on the latest developments in fields of interest, keeping your skills relevant and your mind engaged. Another powerful component of lifelong learning is cultivating a mindset of humility. Lifelong learners recognize that there is always more to learn and that knowledge is a lifelong pursuit. They are open to being wrong, receiving feedback, and acknowledging gaps in their understanding. This humility allows them to learn from others, take constructive criticism, and approach each new experience with a teachable spirit. Instead of feeling defensive when confronted with new information, lifelong learners welcome the opportunity to expand their knowledge. To enhance your commitment to lifelong learning, reflect regularly on your growth and progress. Take time to review what you've learned, how you've changed, and areas where you'd like to grow further. Journaling or keeping a learning log can be helpful for tracking your journey, noting your achievements, and identifying areas for improvement. This reflection reinforces the habit of learning, reminding you of the value it brings to your life and encouraging you to continue seeking growth. Lifelong learning fosters creativity. When you expose yourself to diverse fields of knowledge, you begin to see connections between ideas that may seem unrelated. This cross-pollination of ideas fuels creativity, enabling you to approach challenges with a fresh perspective and generate innovative solutions. For example, learning about psychology could provide insights into communication skills, while studying history might offer valuable lessons in resilience and strategy. By diversifying your learning, you expand your creative potential, opening up new possibilities for problem-solving and personal expression. Committing to lifelong learning is a powerful choice that enriches your life, sharpens your mind, and fuels your growth. By nurturing curiosity, setting learning goals, engaging in hands-on experiences, and staying humble, you create a lifelong journey of discovery and improvement. Embrace learning as a way of life, and you'll find that each day brings new insights, challenges, and opportunities to become the best version of yourself. Lifelong learning keeps your mind vibrant, your heart open, and your spirit resilient, allowing you to thrive in an ever-changing world. Chapter 14. Embrace discomfort. Growth doesn't happen within the confines of comfort. True transformation occurs when we step outside our comfort zones, face challenges, and lean into the discomfort that often accompanies meaningful progress. While the human instinct is to seek comfort, stability, and predictability, it's through discomfort that we expand, develop resilience, and tap into our highest potential. Embracing discomfort is about recognizing that challenges, failures, and struggles are essential parts of growth, and that by facing them, we become stronger, wiser, and more capable. Discomfort comes in many forms: trying something new, confronting a fear, working hard toward a goal, or enduring a temporary struggle for a long-term benefit. When we intentionally lean into discomfort, we build resilience, broaden our perspectives, and learn to adapt. It's not about seeking out pain or hardship. Rather, it's about viewing discomfort as a gateway to growth. Embracing discomfort means understanding that challenges are not obstacles but opportunities, each one bringing valuable lessons and insights. One of the key reasons discomfort promotes growth is that it forces us to confront our limitations and push past them. When we avoid discomfort, we remain in a space of familiarity, repeating the same patterns and avoiding anything that challenges our skills or beliefs. But when we face discomfort, whether by learning a new skill, taking on a challenging project, or addressing personal weaknesses, we expand our capabilities. For example, if you're uncomfortable speaking in public, embracing this discomfort by practicing public speaking gradually builds confidence and competence, allowing you to turn a fear into a strength. Discomfort is also a teacher that reveals our inner strengths and weaknesses. In moments of challenge, we are often surprised by our ability to endure, adapt, and find solutions. Facing discomfort requires us to dig deep and access inner resources we might not have known we possessed. Consider someone training for a marathon for the first time. The process is physically and mentally demanding, requiring them to push past exhaustion and doubt. Through this journey, they discover resilience, grit, and determination that extend beyond running and into other areas of life. This process of discovering inner strength can only be unlocked through facing discomfort head-on. Another reason discomfort is essential for growth is that it builds resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges. When we regularly expose ourselves to discomfort, we develop a stronger sense of self and become less fearful of failure or adversity. For instance, someone who routinely takes on challenging tasks or stretches beyond their comfort zone will likely feel more prepared to handle life's inevitable obstacles. They understand that discomfort is temporary and that by pushing through it, they will emerge stronger on the other side. This resilience fosters a mindset that isn't easily shaken by setbacks, making it easier to handle challenges with grace and persistence. Embracing discomfort also frees us from the fear of failure. When we avoid discomfort, we often do so out of a fear of failing, fearing judgment or disappointment. But when we accept that discomfort and failure are natural parts of the learning process, failure becomes less intimidating. Each failure becomes a stepping stone, a lesson in what doesn't work, and an opportunity to try again with greater wisdom. This mindset shift reduces the power of fear, allowing us to take risks and pursue our goals without being paralyzed by the possibility of falling short. One powerful way to embrace discomfort is to set stretch goals, ambitious objectives that push you beyond what feels easy or achievable. These goals should be challenging enough to require significant effort and perseverance, but realistic enough to be attainable with hard work. For example, if you're comfortable running 3 miles, set a goal to work up to 5 or even 10. If you're comfortable in your current role at work, Aim to develop a new skill that could lead to a promotion or new responsibilities. Stretch goals push you out of your comfort zone, fostering growth as you work to achieve something beyond your current capacity. Mindfulness can also be a valuable tool when embracing discomfort. Often, discomfort triggers an immediate desire to escape or avoid. Practicing mindfulness allows you to observe these feelings without reacting impulsively. When you encounter discomfort, whether physical, emotional, or mental, pause and take a few deep breaths. Notice your body's response, the thoughts that arise, and any urge to retreat. By sitting with the discomfort rather than resisting it, you develop the ability to stay present with difficult emotions and sensations, ultimately reducing their power over you. This practice trains you to accept and even welcome discomfort, seeing it as a natural part of the growth process. The journey of embracing discomfort is also about expanding our comfort zones. Each time we face something difficult and push through, our comfort zone grows. What was once intimidating becomes familiar, and we build the courage to take on even greater challenges. For instance, someone who is initially uncomfortable with public speaking might begin with small presentations, gradually increasing their confidence until they can address larger audiences with ease. By regularly stretching your limits, you continuously expand your comfort zone, making what once seemed daunting feel achievable. Embracing discomfort also teaches humility. When we venture into new or challenging territory, we often make mistakes, encounter setbacks, or realize our own limitations. This humility is essential for personal growth, as it reminds us that we are works in progress and that growth is a continuous journey. By accepting that we don't know everything, we become open to learning, feedback, and self-improvement. Embracing discomfort keeps us grounded, reminding us that mastery requires patience, persistence, and the willingness to be a beginner again and again. Embracing discomfort can lead to deeper, more authentic connections. Meaningful relationships require vulnerability, being honest, open, and sometimes uncomfortable as we share our true selves with others. By embracing the discomfort of vulnerability, we build trust and intimacy, allowing relationships to grow beyond surface-level interactions. For example, having a difficult but honest conversation with a loved one may feel uncomfortable, but it can lead to greater understanding and connection. Embracing discomfort in relationships opens the door to deeper, more fulfilling connections. To integrate the practice of embracing discomfort into your life, start small. Identify areas where you tend to avoid discomfort and set a goal to engage with those situations gradually. This might mean initiating conversations, learning new skills, or tackling tasks that challenge your patience or persistence. Each time you lean into discomfort, take note of the growth and resilience you develop. Over time, you'll build confidence in your ability to handle difficult situations, reinforcing your belief in your own strength and adaptability. Embracing discomfort is about accepting that growth and challenge are intertwined. Life will always bring moments of discomfort, uncertainty, and struggle, but by facing them head-on, we equip ourselves to handle whatever comes our way. When we stop viewing discomfort as an enemy and start seeing it as a teacher, we unlock a world of potential and growth. We become capable of achieving things we once thought impossible, expanding our horizons and deepening our sense of purpose. Embracing discomfort is a transformative mindset that paves the way for personal growth, resilience, and fulfillment. By stepping outside of our comfort zones, facing challenges and learning from setbacks, we build a strong foundation of courage, adaptability, and confidence. Discomfort becomes less intimidating, and we discover that it's a powerful tool for self-discovery and development. Embrace discomfort, and you'll find that it holds the key to unlocking your potential, leading you toward a life of greater strength, purpose, and accomplishment. Chapter 15. Practice. Mental discipline. Mental discipline is the foundation upon which all personal growth, success, and resilience are built. It is the ability to manage your thoughts, focus your attention, and control your emotions with intention, rather than being swept away by impulses, distractions, or external influences. Developing mental discipline enables you to stay committed to your goals, maintain inner peace during adversity, and make decisions based on your values rather than momentary desires or pressures. Practicing mental discipline is a powerful way to take ownership of your mind and, by extension, your life. In today's world, where distractions are everywhere and instant gratification is the norm, mental discipline is more valuable than ever. Without it, we're vulnerable to giving in to every fleeting emotion, impulse, or external influence, often at the expense of our long-term goals and inner peace. Mental discipline acts as a filter, allowing you to focus on what truly matters while blocking out what doesn't. It is the skill that allows you to stay the course even when the path becomes challenging, uncertain, or uncomfortable. Mental discipline empowers you to live with purpose and intention rather than reacting passively to circumstances. Mental discipline starts with awareness. Before you can control your thoughts and actions, you need to understand what they are. Practicing mindfulness is a powerful way to cultivate this awareness. Mindfulness allows you to observe your thoughts, feelings, and impulses as they arise, without judgment or reaction. For instance, if you find yourself feeling stressed or anxious, mindfulness enables you to notice these emotions without immediately acting on them. You become an observer of your own mind, gaining insight into your habitual reactions and thought patterns. This awareness is the first step toward developing mental discipline, as it helps you recognize where your energy and attention are being directed. Once you've cultivated awareness, the next step in practicing mental discipline is learning to focus. Concentration is the art of keeping your attention on a single task or goal, despite potential distractions. This skill is essential for productivity, clarity, and goal achievement. Developing focus can be challenging, especially in a world full of constant notifications, demands, and interruptions. To strengthen your focus, set aside dedicated blocks of time for your most important tasks and commit to working on them without interruption. For example, if you're working on a project, turn off your phone, close unrelated tabs on your computer, and fully engage with the task at hand. Each time you practice focus, you build the mental muscle needed to sustain concentration over time. Self-discipline is another crucial component of mental discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to delay gratification and resist short-term temptations in favor of long-term rewards. It's about making choices that align with your goals and values, even when those choices are difficult. For instance, if you have a goal to improve your health, self-discipline might mean choosing a nutritious meal over junk food, or going to the gym even when you don't feel like it. Self-discipline is like a mental muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Over time, self-discipline becomes second nature, allowing you to make decisions that support your growth and well-being without constant internal conflict. Mental discipline also involves managing your emotions. Emotional discipline doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your emotions. Rather, it means learning to respond to them in a balanced and constructive way. Emotions are natural and provide valuable insights into our experiences, but letting them control us can lead to impulsive reactions and poor decisions. Practicing emotional discipline involves recognizing your emotions, understanding their root causes, and choosing a response that aligns with your values. For example, if you feel anger rising in a difficult conversation, emotional discipline allows you to pause, take a deep breath, and respond calmly rather than reacting with frustration. Over time, this control over your emotions leads to better relationships, less stress, and greater inner peace. Another critical aspect of mental discipline is resilience. Resilience is the ability to endure challenges, setbacks, and failures without losing sight of your goals. It's about maintaining perspective, bouncing back from adversity, and staying committed to your purpose. Resilience requires mental strength, as it often involves facing discomfort, disappointment, or uncertainty. For instance, if you're working toward a long-term goal, resilience helps you stay focused even when progress feels slow or when obstacles arise. By practicing resilience, you develop the ability to persevere through hardship, trusting that the journey itself is valuable and that each setback is an opportunity for growth. Mental discipline also involves controlling your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself directly affects your mindset and actions. Negative self-talk, such as telling yourself you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed, can undermine your motivation and lead to self-sabotage. Practicing positive self-talk and affirmations, on the other hand, reinforces your confidence and commitment to your goals. For example, when faced with a challenge, replace thoughts like, "I can't do this," with, "I am capable of finding a solution." This shift in inner dialogue strengthens your mental discipline, empowering you to approach difficulties with a constructive and proactive mindset. Setting clear goals and intentions is a practical way to reinforce mental discipline. When you have a clear sense of what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to direct your focus and energy toward those goals. Start by defining your goals with specificity, breaking them down into manageable steps, and setting realistic timelines. Each time you make progress toward your goals, you strengthen your sense of discipline and gain confidence in your ability to achieve what you set out to do. Goal setting provides a roadmap for your actions, helping you stay on track even when distractions or obstacles arise. Routines and habits play a significant role in cultivating mental discipline. Building positive routines creates structure and reduces the need for constant decision-making, allowing you to conserve mental energy. For example, establishing a morning routine that includes exercise, healthy eating, and a few minutes of mindfulness sets a productive and disciplined tone for the day. Similarly, creating a nighttime routine that prioritizes reflection, planning, or reading helps reinforce mental discipline and prepares you for the next day. By creating routines that align with your values and goals, you build consistency, making it easier to stay disciplined over the long term. Practicing patience is another essential aspect of mental discipline. Patience allows you to accept that progress, learning, and growth take time. In a world where instant results are often expected, patience teaches you the value of steady, gradual progress. Whether you're working on a personal goal, developing a skill, or building a relationship, patience prevents you from becoming frustrated or giving up when things don't happen immediately. By embracing patience, you cultivate a disciplined mind that understands the importance of persistence and trusts that consistent effort will lead to meaningful outcomes. Mental discipline involves letting go of things outside your control. Many of us waste mental energy worrying about things we cannot influence, from other people's opinions to external circumstances. Practicing mental discipline means focusing only on what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and reactions. Letting go of the need to control everything frees your mind from unnecessary stress, allowing you to redirect your energy toward positive, productive actions. For example, if you're anxious about an outcome, remind yourself to focus on doing your best and releasing attachment to the result. This approach helps you cultivate a disciplined, calm mind, ready to face challenges with resilience and clarity. Practicing mental discipline is a transformative journey that empowers you to take control of your thoughts, actions, and emotions. By building awareness, focus, self-discipline, resilience, and patience, you strengthen your ability to navigate life's challenges with clarity and purpose. Mental discipline is not a skill you acquire overnight. It requires daily commitment, reflection, and practice. Embrace mental discipline as a lifelong pursuit, and you'll find that it provides you with the foundation needed to achieve your goals, maintain inner peace, and lead a life of intention, strength, and fulfillment. As we reach the conclusion of this journey, it's clear that the path to personal growth, resilience, and inner peace is not defined by any single lesson, but rather by a commitment to living intentionally, embracing challenges, and continually striving to become our best selves. Each chapter has offered a piece of wisdom, a principle that, when practiced with patience and dedication, shapes a life of strength, fulfillment, and authenticity. From handling insults and offenses to practicing mental discipline, these lessons are interconnected, building on one another to create a resilient and empowered mindset. Together, they form a roadmap for navigating life with confidence, clarity, and purpose. Life is filled with both triumphs and trials, moments of joy and times of hardship. But with the guidance of these principles, we can approach each experience, whether positive or challenging, with the calm assurance that we have the tools to thrive. At the heart of this journey lies the importance of inner power and peace. These are not fleeting qualities, nor are they granted by external achievements or possessions. Rather, they are cultivated from within, through practices like gratitude, acceptance, ethical living, and mental discipline. By nurturing these qualities, we create an unshakable foundation that allows us to stay true to ourselves, no matter the circumstances. Inner power is about knowing that we can handle whatever comes our way, while inner peace is about accepting life as it unfolds, trusting that each experience contributes to our growth. One of the core themes throughout this journey has been the value of embracing discomfort and change. Growth happens when we step outside our comfort zones, push through uncertainty, and take on challenges that might initially feel daunting. By facing discomfort, we discover new strengths and expand our horizons, opening ourselves to a life of continual growth and transformation. Each moment of discomfort becomes a stepping stone toward resilience, teaching us that we are capable of far more than we once believed. Another key lesson has been the power of focus and intention. In a world full of distractions, mental discipline is the skill that enables us to remain true to our values and goals. By learning to control our thoughts, focus our attention, and manage our emotions, we take ownership of our lives. We are no longer passive bystanders, but active creators of our future. With focus and intention, each day becomes an opportunity to shape our lives in alignment with our highest aspirations. As we look back on these lessons, it's essential to remember that this journey is ongoing. Personal growth is not a destination, but a lifelong pursuit. Each day offers a chance to practice, reflect, and refine. Some days will be more challenging than others. Setbacks and obstacles are inevitable. But by committing to these principles, we create a strong foundation that enables us to face whatever comes with courage, wisdom, and grace. The journey of becoming unshakable, resilient, and empowered is one that brings fulfillment, purpose, and joy. When we focus on ethical living, trust the process, and surround ourselves with positivity, we cultivate a life that feels meaningful and enriching. Each chapter has given us tools to live intentionally, handle adversity with poise, and develop a mindset that is grounded, optimistic, and driven by a deep sense of purpose. Remember that true strength comes from within. Life will continue to evolve, bringing both new challenges and new opportunities. Embrace each experience as a lesson, a chance to grow and become wiser. Commit to the principles that resonate with you and let them guide your journey. By nurturing inner peace, practicing resilience, and living with integrity, you create a life that reflects your highest potential. The journey may not always be easy, but it will be worth it. A journey that leads you to a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and lasting empowerment.